Cancer, recently, for some reason, there's just no consideration for personal space, personal boundaries. There's no solid, like, line to be drawn. I almost feel like, you're in a way afraid to speak up because there's been a disconnect between you and, who you think has your back or thought had your back, right? So I see like a very like tiptoeing, trying to walk around glass type shit. And this could be also that person towards you. So maybe this person kind of betrayed your trust and now you're pissed at them. You feel, frustrated, you feel degraded, you feel like, a loss, but you also feel very confident in yourself. Now, this is the thing, like, you might, there's pieces of you that you're gonna have to leave behind in a scenario like this. And I feel like you're just not really, understanding why this separation, or I feel like separation anxiety right now as well. But I have a feeling you don't understand why you need closure or in just space, right? I think space is gonna be what ends up giving you that closure, though. Like, you going off on your own and finding your own, fending your own battles, that sort of thing. Like, you your confidence, like the balls that y'all kind of have right now, is pretty much unlike no other sign currently in your position. It's like you guys have the tool, meaning your voice, your vocals, and the thought process in your mind. Like, your emotions are not misconstrued. They are not all fucked up right now. You're in a pretty linear, position where you can vocalize anything and everything that you want. Now, whether that's manifesting or not, that's a completely different story. But what I'm saying right now is, like, there's people who are out for blood, or a person that is out for blood, or a situation that feels threatening to you, where you can just as easily speak your mind and have this come out with a positive, interaction or connection. I think positive in a way where you're gonna feel like a winner. Okay, 10 of Wands, yeah, in reverse. So it's like one person's going to be loser and one person's going to be winner. You're definitely going to be the winner. Like, there's no doubting that for me. It might be a Pisces here. Now, that's like, this is kind of hurting you a little bit, because I think that somebody wants to feel important when they're just not that important. Six of Pentacles in the upright, they can't be that important to you. Like, you are not their Buddha, you are not their God. It's like they are not your God, they are not your Buddha. It's like they want to be important in places where they cannot be. I think they almost like make a job out of this, or like whether they might like work you to death type shit. This might be a boss, but they make a job out of like the competition, or like trying to overshadow your experience. They make a job out of it because they're green with envy. Like, you can see that when she's wearing around her neck. It's like someone kind of made her jealous or green with envy. And I feel like in this aspect is you. Not even purposefully doing that, but 8 of Cups means like trying to find your own path, trying to find your own way, made someone jealous as fuck. You can even look at the color of the sky, it's also green. Okay, so they saw your path, and because of their inability to maneuver around in a individualistic way, they kind of like, I think they took that out on you, because like I said, someone tried to draw blood and it just didn't work. I think, like I said, there was a huge disconnect, Two of Pentacles, where you felt like you had to fight for something that couldn't have been positive or healthy for you at all, in the long run. So the Lover in the reverse, like, you fought, and King of Cups is you failed, but you ended up accepting failure. You ended up accepting the fact that maybe this person can't look at you that way. You know what I mean? They can't see you as a pinnacle. They can't see you as someone who's higher than them, or they just can't view you as someone who's stable. They don't want to view you as someone who's stable. 5 of Cups. So this is a person who's like holding on and who attaches to people. They're like, if I can't be happy, then you also can't be happy. That's like the thing about them, is like they have a very intense way of punishing people for their happiness. Queen of Pentacles, it's like, okay, so you're sitting here trying to plan your life out, walk through your life with your head held high, and this person takes a fucking torch, Ace of Wands, and tries to destroy that. They burn it all down because they feel like they were a part of your success story. For what? Look, they feel like they were a part of your success story. But you see that bastard, a monster. That's not a human being. That's a monster, motherfucker. Like that's a monster, bro. Four of Swords, like I said, it's a monster, bro. Monsters in my bed, monsters in my head, monsters under the bed, monsters in the closet. Like, that's what it is, though. Okay, there's no. I think that you shortchange yourself a lot of the time in your instincts. And your instincts are telling you that a lot of the people around you right now are after only one thing, and that's the truth. Whether that one thing is the same across the board is arguable, but they are only after one thing. Okay. So like there needs to be a disconnect. Like I said, you need to kind of like seal away with your emotions. Like you're coming to terms with certain aspects, and you're not going to be able to do that around people who are constantly reopening the wounds and the scars. Three of Pentacles in the upright. Yeah, you can see how these pentacles are hanging by a thread. So there's almost like, there's almost like there's barely a connection there, but it's still somehow affecting your growth. Like there's barely even a connection there in the first place. There's barely even, like, you barely get any joy from this, or barely talk to this person, or barely deal with this situation, and it's still soul sucking you. You know what I mean? And so that's why there needs to be this huge detachment. The star is going off on like a rebellious journey all by yourself, walking forward. All the answers are forward, not backwards, that sort of thing. So we got 9/11 on the clock here. Six of Cups in the upright. You had your safe space. You had a voice at one point in time. You might have lost it and just more recently regained your voice. Maybe it was your spiritual voice as well. It could be your intuition. You just regained it. Okay, the Hierophant. And I think that there's an intimidation factor here as well amongst the people that I think like I said, you thought they supported you, but there was a whole entire blowout or blow up because you're no longer going to support a certain type of behavior. And that's kind of creating this uphill battle. King of Pentacles, where this person's trying to assert some sort of dominance or some sort of like strong, frustrating like debate with you. Okay, Ten of Swords, trying to crush you, trying to make you lose hope, trying to make sure that you're completely and utterly controlled and dependent on them, right? They want to puppeteer that, right? Page of Swords, yeah, they want you to know that, like I said, they're always going to be in your shadow, always going to be there, always hang over your shoulder, always be licking on your neck and sucking on your toes and doing this and doing that. It's like a shadow almost. Like this person views you as them. Does that make sense? They view you as them, or like a fucked up version of them. They view you as them for some reason. Okay, why is that? Let's see. And then we'll get you out your settlement cards. Page of Wands, because you're their puppet, because they made you into the person you are. Like I said, that's why they think that you are. Maybe they call you a more perfected version of themselves versus like shitting on you completely. They might say that you're a more perfected version of themselves because you didn't have the experiences that they had. But the reality of it is that you're a completely different person, and they need to stop vicariously living through you, because all of your experiences are your own. You've been through your own type of hell, your own type of heaven. There is no, like, you're just another person, right? You're a completely separate individual, and that needs to be stated, that needs to be acknowledged. And if this person doesn't acknowledge the fact that you, like I said, are a completely separate individual with completely separate needs, wants, and just like you just want to experience your life forward as an individual, the Emperor, the Empress, for some reason I feel like I'm talking to a more masculine subtype. It could be that you are a man that has more feminine traits, or you are a woman who has maybe a little bit more of a masculine trait when it comes to the way you think, because I pick up on like this whole masculinity thing almost being a part of it as well. Maybe you act like a masculine that this person has dealt with. Maybe you have like certain characteristics, like maybe you act like this person's father, or you kind of even mirror your own father, and maybe you dealing with a family situation that it has caused you a lot of inner turmoil back and forth because of this, right? Because you have a closer relationship with the brother, the father, the uncle, or the person who's been cast out, almost like, I keep picking up on castaways type shit. Like, you have a deeper relationship developed with somebody here that it kind of pisses them off. It makes them upset. It makes them mad because it's not something that they can control. They can't control your thoughts about this person. It triggers them. Whoever, it gives me like a leader type, someone you look up to. So that's why I said like a brother or a father or even a boyfriend. This is like somebody who you can feel solid about. They can't control that, and it freaks them out. It scares them because this person is exposing their behavior. Okay, it's exposing them. They don't feel comfortable with being exposed because they don't want you to see that they have like these very childish codependent behaviors about them. They want to hide it and pretend like this is the actions of an adult, of a grown person, of someone who loves you, of someone who appreciates you, of someone who wants to be in a romantic commitment with you. Whatever your situation is, that applies. But like, they're trying to play it up and play it off as if there's someone they're not. Okay, that's what's happening, Cancer. So let's see the outcome by using the planet in a globe. Okay, well, Capricorn and Cancer came out. Okay, Capricorn, Cancer, and Scorpio. These could be your top three, and these could also be a resolution card. So I'm going to say, Capricorn and Cancers are opposites, right? There is traits from Capricorn that you can be taking right now, and I feel like it's the ambition, it's the arrogance. The Cancer, particularly even on this card, you can see she's kind of hidden from the world. Her emotional relationships, her emotional relationship with herself, her appearance, she's very much like hidden under a mask. She tries to hide, this big personality, this big, huge, beautiful, like emotionality. And I feel like, she tries to hide it under a bunch of bullshit. This is unnecessary. It's necessary, right? The fucking claws are unnecessary. Let's be real, dude. Their mask is unnecessary. Like, there's a lot of things in your life that you find completely unnecessary that you kind of wear in order to make yourself look okay to the rest of society, but that doesn't need to happen no more. Like, there needs to be a centering of confidence, of arrogance, of pride. I feel like your pride in what you do or what you have done so far, like there's a lack thereof because somebody was controlling how you felt about your own like battles, about your own like legacy of the things that you've built so far by yourself. Someone was trying to downplay it, almost as if like nothing that you do actually amounts to anything because you are, a woman or a man, or because you're a certain age, or because you're a certain skin color. Everything that you've done so far has been downplayed. Looked down upon. Scorpio to me is like, okay, this is a new beginning. Okay, we're gonna start something. Okay, so this is like, okay, I've been this quiet person my whole entire life. I've been this person who tries to keep things on the DL and, tries to hide their true nature and tries to smile through the pain and tries to, not show up and show out, but to just, I guess, exist, right? And I think that this is the new start, the new beginning that was needed, is for you to show up and show out. Just start doing things that are completely within your character, just within your inner character, right? Within the inner shit, not the shit that you're kind of showing us now, because there's a true side of you that has yet to rear its head. And I feel like it has a lot to do with the physical aspect of you. I feel like it has a lot to do with the emotional aspect of like speaking up, making sure certain words are heard by people around you. It has a lot to do with your identity as a Cancer as well. Being emotional is not your only motherfucking trait. Let's be real. Being very, 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 like intelligent. That's like one of your biggest things. It's that you're so intelligent that you can navigate through a lot of paths and situations that a lot of other people can't see or feel. So, use that to your for your future. Use that to fuel you forward, that you are a very, very insanely intelligent being, and that like nobody can control that aspect of you, that part of you. You can see through all the bullshit. So that's something that you can always count on as far as your power, as far as your gifts. Like, you are not powerless. That's you are not powerless. You are so far away from powerless, and your balls are dropped now. So I just want to let you know your balls have dropped. You're not powerless. Okay, you are not pathetic. You should not be afraid of anything moving your head, because regardless of who is trying to control your tide, it's not gonna work out for them. Karma is there knocking on the motherfucking door. It's just not gonna work out for them. Like that shit is. I could feel it. Like, I could feel the burn. I could feel like the sensitivity within y'all. Almost as if like, someone's lighting a fire and put the torch too close to my face type shit. Like, I can feel the heat. And I'm letting y'all know that this heat is not, it's not a bad thing. Just because you might be angry, that's not a bad thing. Your anger is valid. It is not atrocious. It is not a scary emotion. Learn how to control your anger. Okay, through speaking your mind. Okay? And before overthinking it, just say it, right? Capricorn's very impulsive. We say a lot of straightforward things because, even if we do think about something, it's like we gonna get straightforward and hit you right in the gut type shit, right? And this is what I think you need right now. It's like some solid closure just by saying, hey, this is how I feel and this is what I need. If you don't like it, too motherfucking bad, bitch. Too motherfucking bad. And goodbye. See ya. And that's it. Wrap it the fuck up, right? You probably have Capricorn strongly somewhere in your chart, especially if they like comparative back and forth. Wherever you got Scorpio, though, it's going to be your primary for, how you're going to deal with the romantic situation, how you are going to deal with the family situation, what works for you, basically. That's where I would check out maybe a little bit in your chart. All right, Cancer, this was, interesting, and we'll definitely see some improvement. I know we will, just because of that energy is so powerful, so strong. It's a slap in the face, and I will see y'all in a little bit. Goodbye, Cancer.